Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we cut through the noise and get you straight to the most important insights from a stack of sources. Today we're plunging into the incredibly dynamic and sometimes, a little bit bewildering world of mobile game advertising. If you've ever found yourself scrolling through your phone and suddenly you're playing a snippet of a game right there in an ad, you've seen the future of user acquisition. But for you, as a game developer or maybe a marketer, how do you not just make your game seen, but truly stand out? How do you connect with the right players in a landscape packed with millions of apps, all fighting for attention? It's a huge challenge, right? And the ad formats themselves, they're constantly shifting. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today is to give you a clear, comprehensive guide. We're talking about creating and optimizing those really engaging playable ads. And we're focusing on the big platforms: Unity ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, and Apple ads. Plus, we're just show you how A/B testing is your absolute secret weapon in this high-stakes game. It's about turning guesswork into, data-driven success.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here, I think, beyond just the technical details, is understanding why. Why are these elements so critical? And why does mastering these testing strategies give advertisers such a significant competitive edge? It's not just about what you can do technically, it's about knowing what you should do to really maximize your reach and impact. So we're going to pull back the curtain on the nitty-gritty technical requirements for these interactive ads. We'll delve into the best practices for each platform because they do differ. And then crucially, we'll show you exactly how A/B testing lets you truly master your campaigns. Move from just launching ads to proactively optimizing for the highest quality users.
So yeah, let's start with the basics. What makes playable ads such a game changer?
Okay, so playable ads, we've mentioned them, but what exactly is one? It's that moment maybe you're scrolling a feed, and instead of just seeing a static image or passively watching a video, suddenly you can interact. You're actually playing a short, hands-on demo of a game, right there inside the ad unit itself. A pretty profound shift, isn't it? Because it takes passive viewing and turns it into something really engaging, immersive. It's basically letting users try before they buy.
Exactly. And the impact. It's undeniable. Facebook's own data, for instance, highlights that playable ads can drive up to, I think it's 79% higher average revenue per user compared to the usual video and photo formats.
Wow, 79%. That's huge.
It is. And it shows this isn't just about getting clicks. It's about getting qualified, engaged clicks.
Right, people who actually have some interest because they've touched the gameplay.
Precisely. So ultimately, the core objective, the main goal of playable ads, is squarely focused on driving app installs, bringing in users who already have a deeper level of interest because, like you said, they've had a taste of the gameplay, they understand the core mechanics.
That makes sense. It filters people in a way.
It does. And the user psychology behind why they work so well, it's actually quite straightforward, but really powerful. In the mobile world, everything's fast-paced. Users want immediate gratification, clarity. Playable ads cut down the friction, the hesitation before installing, because they offer a direct, immediate experience of the game's mechanics.
You're not just reading about it or watching someone else play.
Exactly, you're doing it. This builds curiosity, a much more solid understanding of the game's core loop, and that leads to more qualified installs, people who are more likely to stick around because they already know what they're getting into.
So fewer quick uninstalls, hopefully.
That's the idea. It's a powerful way to filter out users who might not be a good fit and attract those who are genuinely interested. Now, to make sure this works well for everyone, the advertiser and the user organizations like the IAB, the Interactive Advertising Bureau, they've developed guidelines.
Oh, right. Standards for rich media and playables.
Yes. And these aren't just arbitrary rules. They're designed to build trust, to stop ads feeling intrusive or, deceptive. A key principle they push is user control. Players should always have the option to exit the ad after 30 seconds. That's excluding any end card, by the way.
That 30-second rule?
Mm-hmm.
That seems important for respecting the user's time.
Absolutely crucial. It allows them to disengage if the ad isn't relevant. The IAB's focus is really on engagement over just impressions.
Quality over quantity.
Precisely. Quality interaction, not just the number of views. And critically, they prioritize user experience safeguards, like recommending proximity buffers around close buttons.
Proximity buffers, what are those?
It's like a little invisible clickable zone around the actual close button. It helps prevent accidental clicks when someone's trying to close the ad.
Ah, okay, so you don't accidentally click the ad when you mean to close it. That's incredibly frustrating.
Exactly. Nothing worse than trying to close an ad and getting whisked off to the App Store. These safeguards make the whole experience smoother, more respectful, and that helps your brand perception too.
All right, let's shift gears and get into the nuts and bolts of Unity Ads. It's a huge platform, especially for mobile game monetization. But it comes with some very specific technical requirements you really need to know about. I get the sense that implementing Unity Ads might require a bit more technical know-how compared to, say, managing Google Ads campaigns.
Yeah, generally that's fair to say. You're often dealing more directly with their SDK, managing ad implementations right through their developer dashboard.
So more hands-on from a dev perspective.
Definitely. But that control also gives you some unique opportunities. Now, when you're talking about playable creatives specifically for Unity Ads, the technical specs are quite strict. But it's for good reason. They're designed for optimized machine reading and really smooth performance on the user's device. Let's break down why each bit matters.
Okay, lay it on us.
First, file format and content. Your playable ad must be a single HTML index file, usually index.html. And this isn't just a suggestion. It means all assets images, CSS, JavaScript have to be inlined and minified right inside that single file.
Inlined, meaning embedded directly.
Directly. And critically, no external links. No linking out to other files or folders.
Wow. Okay, why so strict?
Optimization. It's all about speed and performance. Inlining bundles everything together. Minifying removes white space, unnecessary characters. It means super quick loading times, smooth performance, even on slower connections. A slow ad is a skipped ad, right?
Makes sense. Okay, what else?
Next, file size. The total size of the single HTML file absolutely must be under 5 MB.
5 megs. That's the hard limit.
Hard limit. Again, it's for fast delivery, good user experience. Every kilobyte counts on mobile. Then there's MRAID compliance. Playable ads for Unity have to comply with MRAID 3.0.
MRAID. Mobile Rich Media Ad Interface Definitions.
That's the one. It's basically a common language and API for rich media ads running inside mobile apps. Unity Ads WebView actually injects MRAID, so your ad can use MRAID methods to talk to the ad container. The key thing here is building to MRAID specs often means better cross-platform compatibility down the line.
So it might work on other networks too.
Potentially, yeah. Saves development time later. And crucially, your ads should wait for the MRAID viewable change event before starting any playable content.
Why that specific event?
It ensures the ad is actually visible and ready before it tries to play. Prevents those awkward blank screens or stutters.
Got it. What about device compatibility?
For platform compatibility, Android needs 4.4 or higher, iOS needs 9.0 or higher. Pretty broad reach leverages modern capabilities.
Okay. And how the user interacts?
Right, user interface and interaction. Ads must never block the close button or other UI elements. Users need an easy way out. Blocking it just frustrates people, leads to low-quality installs maybe. Also, no automatic redirection to the App Store without the user explicitly clicking something.
So no sneaky redirects?
Definitely not. Any call to action, the CTA should link directly using the MRAID.open method, respects user choice, leads to better installs.
And orientation, portrait, landscape.
Orientation support is required, both portrait and landscape. Vital for how people hold their phones, how your game plays. Actually, if you submit for Google Ads via Unity Playworks, you sometimes have to manually create landscape versions, like unzip the build, change a meta tag in the HTML, rezip it. Shows the level of detail needed.
Wow, okay. That's specific.
It can be. Lastly, network requests. Generally, external network requests are not allowed.
Not at all.
The main exception is for analytic calls, but only if they don't contain personal data, no user or device IDs, and obviously they have to comply with privacy laws. Again, it's about performance and security. Prevents slowdowns or risks from external servers.
Okay, that covers the asset specs. What about how Unity actually handles the money side, the bidding?
Good question. The advertising and bidding model for Unity Ads calculates your earnings as the publisher using eCPM, effective cost per mil. That's how much you earn for every 1,000 ad impressions served in your game. Important distinction from what the advertiser pays.
Right. eCPM is my revenue metric.
Exactly. And that eCPM can vary a lot based on platform, iOS, Android, region, player demographics, the specific ad units you use in your game. Lots of factors. Technically, the bidding system involves Unity sending HTTP POSD requests to bidding partners when an ad is requested. Then a first price option happens via their unified auction system.
That sounds pretty complex under the hood.
It is, but the key takeaway for you is that Unity runs this real-time option constantly to try and get you the highest possible eCPM for your ad space.
And how do users fit into this? Are they incentivized?
Yeah, that's a big part of user participation and rewards on Unity ads. Users are very often incentivized to watch ads. They might get gamer credits, extra lives, other in-game advantages to progress.
The rewarded video model?
Exactly. It's pretty mutually beneficial. Players get value, advertisers get engaged views. It's a big driver in the app ecosystem.
And if I've built my playable, how do I test it before it goes live?
Unity provides testing tools. They have apps on both the Apple App Store and Google Play. The process is basically upload your HTML playable file somewhere web accessible, copy its URL into the testing app, hit initialize, then show. And a pro tip. Tick the JS log switch under Advanced Tools. It lets you see your JavaScript logs for debugging.
Definitely useful.
Absolutely invaluable. Lets you check functionality, responsiveness, MRAID stuff before you submit. Saves a lot of potential headaches and delays.
That's a really thorough technical blueprint for Unity. It's clear you need precision, but meeting those specs, that's only half the battle, isn't it? How do you make sure those technically perfect ads actually perform? And don't just annoy players. This brings us to that crucial balance. User experience versus monetization. What are the best practices for actually crafting compelling playable ad creatives, especially for Unity?
Precisely. This is where the art meets the science, right? Once it's built to spec, you need it to engage. First, duration and exit options. The IAB says exit after 30 seconds is okay, but honestly, shorter playable segments often do better, maybe 15-30 seconds of interaction before a skip option. Get to the core fun quickly. Don't try to replicate the whole game.
Deliver a quick, satisfying taste.
Exactly. Capture attention fast before they think about skipping. Second, and this is huge, gameplay simplification. Focus on your app's core, most appealing features, the stuff that makes it fun. The playable part needs to be super easy to grasp in seconds. Aim for difficulty on the easy side of medium.
Don't make it a hardcore challenge in 30 seconds.
Definitely not. Entertain, excite, don't frustrate, avoid overcomplicating it. Highlight your core mechanics, what's unique right at the start, first few seconds. If you have unique controls, make them intuitive or give very clear on-screen prompts.
Okay, simplify. What's next?
Third, clear CTAs, call to actions. Absolutely essential for getting that install. You need a bold, easy-to-see button, your recognizable app logo, and motivating text or visuals. Keep the text short, under 20 characters, ideally.
If the CTA is bad, the whole thing fails.
Pretty much. If it's missing, unclear, badly placed, users might just close it. All that effort wasted. A strong CTA bridges curiosity to conversion. Fourth, visual presentation. Clarity is key. Use clear instructions for interactive bits, maybe subtle arrows or highlights. Use concise language, strong visuals. Try to make it integrate smoothly, contextually. Avoid those jarring overlay banners if you can.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, think minimalism. Avoid busy images. Simple, bright colors often work well. Minimal elements, maybe max 3 core things on screen at once. Text headlines, 7 words or less. Text overlays, under 20 characters. Too much complexity overwhelms on mobile.
Makes sense. And mobile optimization.
Fifth, mobile optimization. Sounds obvious, but often missed. Playables must be lightweight, fast-loading, responsive, optimized for touch screens, different resolutions, connection speed.
It has to work well everywhere.
Everywhere. Test across a range of devices, especially older or lower-spec ones. A laggy ad gives a terrible first impression of your game.
Drives people away before they even download.
Exactly. And finally, UX safeguards. Remember those proximity buffers around close buttons. Use them. Maybe consider a 2-second pause after a click action within the ad before something else happens. Lets the user process. Keep controls and CTAs a reasonable distance apart to avoid mishaps. It's all about making it smooth, intuitive, frustration-free.
Those little details build trust.
They really do. Improve the impression, increase the chance of an install.
Okay, that's a deep dive into Unity's technical side. Super important stuff. Now let's pivot to Facebook ads. This platform has incredible reach, right? Global scale. And playable ads fit right into their ecosystem. For most people setting these up, it's mainly through the Facebook Ads Manager, which feels pretty accessible.
That's right. Facebook playable ads are structured quite cleverly to maximize interaction and installs using the power of their feed. They usually have a few distinct parts working together. First, there's often a lead-in video. It's a short, attention-grabbing teaser, often has a big tap-to-try message. It's designed to lure people in. It's really crucial for most placement shows up on Facebook and Instagram feeds.
They're not everywhere.
Not everywhere. It's not shown on Audience Network placements. And on Instagram Stories, you just see the video, not the interactive demo itself. So placement matters. Good news is all aspect ratios are supported for this video, giving you creative flexibility. This video is the initial hook.
The gateway to the playable part.
Exactly. Second, the interactive HTML5 demo. This is the core, the full-screen HTML5 snippet of gameplay users dive into after tapping that video, where the playable magic happens. And third, a clear call to action, CTA, usually install now or play game, encourages installs. It can appear during or after the demo, placed for best conversion.
That final push to download.
That's the conversion point. And remember, the main objective for these on Facebook is specifically app installs or sometimes conversions, maybe tracking specific in-app events.
Got it. Installs or conversions. Now, the technical requirements for the assets, how do they differ from Unity?
Ah, yes. There are some key differences developers really need to be aware of when building for Facebook. For file formats, Facebook takes .html or .htm. You can upload a single HTML file or a ZIP package with your HTML and bundled assets.
Zip package is an option here.
Yes, unlike the strict single file for Unity. But there are size limits, file size, total under 5 MB. If you use a ZIP, the whole ZIP is 5 MB or less, and the index.html file inside the ZIP must be under 2 MB.
Still tight limits for fast loading.
Exactly. Critical for minimizing drop-off. Now, the call to action, CTA, this is non-negotiable on Facebook. The CTA button inside your playable must use the FB playable ad.onCTA click it avoscope.
Let's use that specific function.
Must. It's not just best practice. It's vital so the install action works correctly and crucially so Facebook can properly track and attribute the install to your ad. Without it, your campaign data is useless. Your spend might be wasted.
Okay, FB playable ad.onCTA click. Burn that into memory.
Please do. Then, embedded assets. All your JS, CSS images, they must be bundled inside the HTML using data URI or base64 encoding.
Similar to Unity's inlining.
Similar principle. It makes the ad totally self-contained, no external requests needed for images or scripts, minimizes latency, ensures reliability. Now, here's a massive, crucial difference from Unity. What's unsupported? Facebook playables do not support Member.js.
No MRAID at all.
No MRAID. Also, no redirection scripts and no external HTTP requests. This is critical. You can't use the same MRAID methods you might use elsewhere.
Big difference. Okay, what about design?
Responsive design is expected. Mostly designed for portrait mode. Reflects how people use Facebook and Instagram on mobile. And if you use a ZIP file structure, the index.html has to be at the root level. Other files linked with relative paths. And keep the total file count under 100. Ensures efficient parsing by Facebook.
That's a truly granular look at the tech specs again. Underscores the precision needed. But beyond the files, how do marketers actually set these up? You mentioned Ads Manager, but are there other ways?
Right. The main way, the most accessible, is the Ads Manager process. It's designed to be pretty straightforward. You go into Facebook Business Manager, then Ads Manager, start a new campaign, making absolutely sure you choose app installs or conversions as the objective. Anything else won't work.
Only those two objectives.
Only those two. Then you set up your ad set audience, budget, schedule. In the ad creation part, you specifically pick playable as the format. Upload your HTML5 or ZIP file, customize the headline, text, CTA button, review it all, and publish. It's visual guided. Most teams use this.
Okay, standard Ads Manager flow. But what about for bigger operations? Automation.
For that, there's the Facebook Marketing API. This is much more advanced, more programmatic, geared towards developers or large teams. It involves making a sequence of POST requests to Facebook's API. You create the ad set first, ad sets. Upload the playable file, add playables. Upload the lead-in video, add videos. Then you create the ad creative itself, linking the CTA, thumbnail, video, playable together, ad creatives. Then create the actual ad, ads. It starts paused by default.
Pause for checks.
Exactly. Allows for final validation. Then you make another API call to change the status to active. It's complex, but allows huge control, dynamic creation, integration with custom systems, invaluable for automation at scale.
Definitely sounds advanced. Are there any quirks with testing these Facebook playables?
Yes, some testing limitations to know. Facebook's built-in testing tool. It only works for single HTML files, not the ZIP packages.
Oh, really? So how do you test the ZIPs?
You can preview them during the deployment process in Ads Manager, but it's not quite the same dedicated testing environment. Also, for iOS, iPad testing is not supported for playables. Always use an iPhone or similar mobile device for proper testing. Need to factor that into your QA process.
Good to know. And strategically, on a platform like Facebook with so many places, ads can show up.
Yeah.
How important is customizing for placement?
Hugely important. Customizing playable ad creative for each placement is key. Facebook Ads Manager gives you good tools for this. You can adjust creative for feeds, stories, audience network, crop visuals for different aspect ratios, use templates to make dynamic videos from static assets, replace media entirely for certain placements, customize captions, headlines, CTAs, even video-specific tools like polls, text overlays, logo overlays, background colors.
So you tailor the ad to the context.
Exactly. An ad that rocks in the feed might flop in a full-screen story. Tailoring the experience to the environment can significantly boost performance and how users receive it.
So what does this all mean for you, the advertiser, trying to get these live on Facebook? It really means being aware of and avoiding some common pitfalls, right? Like an invalid app ID. That must happen a lot. Maybe the wrong app selected, or permissions issues in Business Manager.
Very common foundational stuff. Your game needs to be registered properly, your account needs the right access, Facebook needs to know what to promote.
And that CTA function you mentioned, a missing CTA function. If you forget FB playable ad on CT, click.
Your installs won't track correctly. Simple as that. All that ad spend, potentially down the drain because you lack accurate conversion data. You need that specific JavaScript function.
Okay, and the size limits. Bundles in P too large, over 5 MB, too many files, over 100 in the ZIP, or the HTML file too large, over 2 MB within the ZIP.
Yep, those are hard limits, not suggestions. They're there for performance. Break them, the ad gets rejected.
And JavaScript redirects. Absolutely forbidden.
Absolutely. Facebook explicitly prohibits them. Any such code must be removed. It's unsupported, leads to rejection.
Also, choosing the unsupported objective, anything other than app installs or conversions.
Rejection. Playables are built for acquisition, and Facebook enforces that.
And finally, trying to use an unsupported placement outside of the main ones like feed, stories, audience network.
Also likely to cause problems. Understanding why these errors happen based on those tech specs is really the first step to fixing them and getting your ads running effectively.
Okay, let's pivot again. Let's talk Google Ads. Now, while Unity and Facebook are heavily focused on in-app stuff, social engagement, Google Ads feels different. Its main focus seems to be leveraging search, right? User intent.
Exactly. That's the core difference. Google Ads is primarily built to drive high-quality user acquisition through targeted campaigns across its massive network: Google Search, Google Play, YouTube, apps on the display network. It's less about direct in-app monetization, which is more Unity's thing, and more about connecting users with apps based on what they're actively searching for or showing interest in.
People go to Google to find things?
Precisely. That shapes their whole approach. Their advertising and bidding model is mainly PTC pay-per-click. Advertisers usually pay a max bid each time someone clicks their ad, not just for showing it.
So clicks, not impressions, usually.
Mostly. They offer formats like CPC, cost per click, pay per click, CPM, cost per mil, pay per thousand impressions, less common for direct installs maybe, and CPA, cost per acquisition. This one's powerful. You only pay when a specific action happens, usually a new install or customer.
Paying for results.
Exactly. Google lets you set bid strategies based on specific goals, maximizing clicks, conversions, hitting a target CPA. And they have smart bidding using machine learning. It's crucial. Google optimizes your bids in real time to hit your goals more efficiently using tons of signals.
Okay, what about the user side? Any incentives like Unity?
No, for user participation incentives, the main driver on Google is just finding what you need: a product, a service, an app. Ads show up in response to searches. The goal is matching search intent. So Google Ads does not offer rewards for clicking ads or installing apps. The app is the value proposition.
Makes sense for a search platform. And technical skills needed. Less developer-focused.
Generally, yes. In terms of technical expertise, managing Google Ads campaigns usually does not require developer knowledge. The interface is built for marketers. Familiarity with Google Ads navigation, campaign setup is usually enough. While Google does support things like AR ads, those are often specific, high-budget YouTube campaigns, not the standard for app installs.
In targeting, can you target specific apps?
Oh yeah, app targeting is quite robust. You can set up Google Ads to target specific apps or categories, show your ads to relevant audiences. You do it through display campaigns, then placements, select your ad group. You can target by iOS app ID or Google Play package name. Very precise.
Helps focus the spend. What about filters or mediation?
For filters and mediation, Google Ads has powerful tools for analysis. You can create custom filters, check keyword performance, find disapproved ads, spot costly campaign areas. But unlike Unity, which is a network with multiple ad sources, Google Ads doesn't involve mediators for typical app campaigns. It's a direct buy from Google's inventory.
That's a clear picture of Google Ads for apps focus on intent, acquisition. But I want to bring in a really interesting real-world example about policy, because Google Play has incredibly strict ads policy rules developers often struggle with. There was this case. A game got rejected for an ads policy violation, but it didn't have any real ads in it. Instead, it had fake in-game pop-up ads. They were designed to mimic real ads as part of the game's core mechanic.
Oh, wow. A game about closing fake pop-ups.
Exactly. The game Win Smash, I think, was about the player frantically closing pop-ups, and some look like those old "You're a winner" internet ads. But Google's automated systems apparently struggled. They couldn't easily tell fake in-game ads from real ones.
Ah, the ambiguity problem.
Yeah. And there was concern that teaching users to click fake ads in the game might make them accidentally click real ads outside the game. Plus, Google has rules against mimicking OS functions or warnings, which this game also did with fake system alerts.
Right. That's a big no-no.
So the key takeaway seems absolutely critical. The line between ad content and game content must be crystal clear, unambiguous. Even if it's parody or core gameplay, if it looks like you're mimicking OS stuff or warnings or making convincing fake ads, rejection is likely. It's about perception, potential confusion.
Not just intent.
Exactly. Some solutions suggested were make the fake ads, obviously fake silly names, over-the-top design, no enter buttons, or add clear disclaimers in the game or store listing.
This really raises an important question, doesn't it? What does this specific fake ads case tell us about how we should approach all ads on Google, focusing on clarity and user trust? It really hammers home the need for absolute clarity, not just on Google Play, but everywhere. You have to bend over backwards to avoid misleading users, even accidentally, because the platforms prioritize user experience and protection above almost everything else. Google systems, human reviewers, they're there to protect users, prevent manipulation, regardless of artistic intent.
Even if it's meant to be funny or clever.
Exactly. If it looks like it could trick someone, confuse them about what's game and what's ad, it'll probably get flagged. Rejection risk is high. It's fundamentally about maintaining user trust, the integrity of the whole ad ecosystem. And this principle extends to your real ads too, right? They must accurately show your game experience to attract the right users, build engagement, not just chase installs with misleading creative. Clarity and honesty build those long-term player relationships.
Okay, moving on to the final platform in our list, Apple Ads. Their approach to, well, what some might call playable ads, it's quite unique. Different from Unity or Facebook. You don't actually upload an HTML5 file or a ZIP package for your ad creative here, do you?
That's right. It's a crucial distinction. Apple Ads seamlessly leverages your app's existing assets, the ones you already manage directly within App Store Connect.
So it's much more integrated, tied into your app's main App Store presence.
Exactly. It reflects Apple's whole ecosystem approach. The core principle for ad creative on Apple Ads, especially for search result ads, is that it directly uses the app preview videos and screenshots you've uploaded to your custom product pages in App Store Connect.
Custom product pages.
Okay.
So you're not submitting a separate HTML5 file. You're using your App Store media.
Precisely. To create that engaging, almost playable feel on Apple Ads, you strategically showcase the best bits of your app through the media assets already on your App Store listing. Your App Store creative becomes your ad creative.
So what exactly are these custom product pages?
Think of them as alternative versions of your main app product page on the App Store, unique landing pages for different campaigns or audiences. You can create up to 35 of them. Each can have different preview videos, different screenshots, which should show the app in use, and even custom promotional text.
35 versions. It's a lot of flexibility.
It is. And with iOS 18 and later, you can even add deep links to send users to specific sections inside your app right from the ad. Super powerful for onboarding. These pages are managed in App Store Connect, no new app versions needed, so you can iterate quickly. You can easily switch which custom page an ad group points to in Apple Ads.
And the big benefit.
A consistent user experience. Your ad creative directly matches the custom product page they land on. That seamless journey builds trust, reduces bounce rates, improves conversion.
Okay, so how do you actually set up an ad variation using one of these custom pages?
The process in the Apple Ads dashboard is pretty straightforward. 1. Go to the Ads dashboard. 2. Click Create Ad. 3. Name your new custom ad so you know what it is. 4. And here's the key. Select the desired custom product page. This sets your ad creative and the landing page. This is where your strategic choice of visuals matters. 5. Preview it. Make sure it looks right. 6. Click Save. Done.
Simple enough. Any catches?
Just remember, each ad group can only have one active custom ad at a time. If you don't set one or pause it, A default ad runs automatically using assets from your main App Store page, so you're always covered.
Right. If we connect this to the bigger picture then, because Apple Ads Creative pulls directly from App Store assets, does that mean your ads are automatically subject to Apple's App Review guidelines? Those famously strict rules.
Precisely. That's a huge implication. Your ad creative isn't just about grabbing attention. It has to follow the same comprehensive rules as your app itself. It's all part of ensuring a high-quality, safe, consistent user experience across the entire Apple ecosystem. Not just the store, but how your app is marketed, how ads appear within your app, too. It's holistic.
So developers need to think about those guidelines even when designing ad creative via App Store Connect assets.
Absolutely. Let's quickly touch on some key guideline areas that impact both your Apple Ads Creative and any third-party ads in your app. Under Safety 1.0, no objectionable content in ad visuals text. Defamatory stuff, excessive violence, hate speech obviously out. If your app has user-generated content, you need robust moderation, as ads might reflect that if it's core to the app. And the kids category. Way stricter rules. Generally, no third-party analytics or ads unless human-reviewed, very limited conditions. Safety first for kids.
Makes sense. What about performance?
Performance 2.0. Your metadata screenshots, videos used in ads must accurately show the app's experience. No misleading visuals, no false promises, no hidden features, no empty ad banners. Ads in your app need appropriate age ratings. Interstitial ads, full screen ones, must be clearly marked as ads, no trick clicks, always have clear close buttons. And critically, users must have a way to report inappropriate ads they see in your app.
Okay. Business rules.
Business 3.0. In-app purchases need to be clear, transparent. Apple dislikes apps mainly designed just to show ads or artificially boost impressions. You can't force users to rate the app or download other apps to get functionality. Incentivizing other in-app actions is usually fine, though. Avoid manipulative monetization.
Design.
Design 4.0 emphasizes originality, functionality. Your app, and thus its ad content, shouldn't just be a website raptor. Offer real value, a unique experience. Ad creative should reflect that.
And legal. Always important.
Legal 5.0. User privacy is paramount. Clear policies, user consent for data collection, data minimization, only collect what's needed, account deletion options. Crucially, sensitive data, health data, kids category data cannot be used for marketing or advertising. Respect IP rights. Use content you own or have licensed. Gambling apps need licenses, geo restrictions. These guidelines are the constant backdrop. By extension, they apply to every ad you run on Apple Ads, ensuring that high-quality, trustworthy ecosystem.
Wow. Okay. We have navigated the pretty intricate technical landscapes of playable ads across Unity, Facebook, Google, and Apple. That was a lot. But after all that effort creating them, making sure they're compliant, how do you actually know if they're hitting the mark? How do you get past just hoping they work to knowing they're optimized?
Yeah, that's a million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is. And this is where A/B testing comes in. We called it your superpower earlier for optimizing playable ads, optimizing your whole game marketing strategy. Why is it such a game changer? Well, because it lets you continuously optimize, iterate based on real data. Hard numbers, it moves you away from guesswork, ensures your ads don't just reach people, but truly engage the right players, the ones likely to stick around. It's about data-driven decisions impacting your UA quality, your success.
It's absolutely essential, and for several fundamental reasons, each hitting your bottom line. First, it boosts conversion rates. By rigorously comparing different ad versions, headlines, visuals, CTAs, you scientifically find what resonates, what motivates installs. Good A/B testing on creatives. I mean, it's shown to boost click-through rates by over 20%. That's more installs for the same money.
Direct impact.
Direct impact. Second, it enhances user acquisition, UA. Testing helps pinpoint which messages, playables, or even App Store assets drive not just more downloads, but higher quality installs. You want users who stick around, engage, not just download and churn immediately.
Quality over just quantity again.
Always. Thirdly, it improves player engagement. Testing isn't just for acquisition. Use it for in-game promotions, offers push notification timing to re-engage users, and crucially, optimize the first-time user experience. FTUE, test tutorials, early gameplay loops, onboarding. Make sure users don't drop off confused in those first critical minutes.
That initial experience is so vital.
It really is. Fourth, it informs creative optimization. Test elements in isolation. Which visuals, which copy, which playable format, different colors, which character. Storytelling approach takes the guesswork out of creative design. Fifth, it reduces marketing spend. By focusing budget on what works, proven through testing, you stop wasting money on underperformers, improves ROI, efficiency.
Makes every dollar work harder.
Exactly. And finally, it refines marketing campaigns broadly. Learnings from A/B tests often apply elsewhere. ASO influencer campaigns creates a more cohesive, optimized strategy overall.
Okay, sold.
Hmm.
It's essential. So how do you actually do it? How do you implement A/B testing effectively?
It's a structured process, iterative. 1, define your goals. Be crystal clear. What are you trying to achieve? More installs, better retention, day 1, 730, higher conversion rate, specific, measurable goals first.
So what success looks like.
Precisely. 2, choose what to test. So much flexibility here. Add creatives, visuals, headlines, CTAs, playable variations, different mechanics, difficulty, ASO elements, icon, screenshots, description, even in-game promotions, audience targeting, demos, interests, geo-device, bidding strategies, ad placements, frequency caps.
Okay,
Pick one thing per test.
one variable at a time.
Crucial. 3, segment your audience. For accurate results, you must divide your audience into equal random groups. Ensures differences are due to your change, not the groups themselves. Targeting globally. Maybe segment by region, culture, localized creatives. What works in one place might not work elsewhere.
Makes sense. Then run the test.
Run the test and gather data. Launch your campaigns, Unity, Facebook, etc. Let them run long enough for statistically significant data, usually days, maybe a week or more for lower volume. Don't end early.
Resist the urge to call it too soon.
Definitely. Track key metrics. Impressions, clicks CTR, conversion rate, click to install, engagement rate for playables, completion rate, do they finish, cost per install, CPI. But, and this is critical, you must track post-install behavior, day 1730 retention, in-app purchases, IAP, session length.
Why is that so important beyond the install?
Because a high install rate with terrible retention means your ad and game are misaligned. You attracted the wrong people. You want quality users who stay, engage, maybe spend. That's long-term health. LTV.
Got it. Track the whole funnel.
The whole journey. 5, analyze results and iterate. Test ends. Analyze the data. Identify the winner. That winner becomes your new control, your new baseline. Then you test new variations against it, changing just one variable again. This cycle is the engine of continuous improvement.
Okay, that's a solid framework. But even a winning ad, it doesn't last forever, does it? That ad fatigue thing. It eventually stops working as well.
Yeah.
How do you spot that early? What are the warning signs?
Yeah. It's inevitable. Recognizing fatigue early saves you money. Key metrics to watch. First, engagement rate. If it starts falling, users aren't captivated anymore. Seen it too much, maybe. Novelty's gone. Address by tweaking visuals, instructions, adding new elements.
Okay, falling engagement. What else?
Completion rate. For playables, are they finishing the demo? If this drops, they're losing interest or finding it too hard stale. Try tweaking gameplay, difficulty, highlighting different stuff. Then, conversion rate. This is direct. Even if engagement's okay, fewer people are installing after seeing the ad. That's a strong fatigue signal. That isn't closing the deal anymore. Impacts ROI directly. Need to test end cards, ensure ad accurately reflects the game.
So tracking installs per view click.
Absolutely. Also, watch your cost per install, CPI. If it starts creeping up significantly for your winning ad, that's a clear sign of inefficiency. You might need higher bids to reach new people as fatigue sets in, erodes margins.
Costing more to get each user.
Exactly. And critically, declining post-install behavior metrics. Lower retention, D1, D7, D30, fewer IAPs, shorter sessions. If these drop, your ad might still be getting installs, but they're lower quality users. Suggests that growing misalignment between ad and game experience. Indirect but powerful fatigue sign.
So the users it does bring in aren't as good.
Potentially, yes. Finally, ad frequency. If you're constantly hitting users way above recommended caps, you're causing fatigue directly. Best practice. Maybe 3 to 5 video impressions user day, 1 through 3 interactive overlay shower, max 6. Rotate those creatives regularly to keep it fresh.
Those are really practical signs.
Yeah.
So thinking about testing,
Hmm.
what are some concrete A/B test ideas beyond just the ad creative itself? The user journey is bigger than just the ad.
Exactly. Think holistically. Here are key areas. First, App Store optimization, ASO elements, often overlooked. Test different app icons, different screenshots, different app descriptions. First impressions on the store page matter hugely for store view to install conversion.
The landing page for the ad, essentially.
Precisely. Second, first-time user experience, FTUE, onboarding, that critical first session. A/B test tutorials, video versus interactive. Initial instructions, Early gameplay complexity, huge impact on long-term retention. Third, in-game promotions and offers. Test pop-up designs for offers, timing frequency of push notifications, vital for retention, monetization.
Testing within the game itself.
Yep. Fourth, audience targeting parameters. Don't just set and forget. Test different demographics, interests, behaviors, device types, find which segments respond best, allocate spend efficiently, localize creatives for different regions. Fifth, bidding strategies and optimization goals. Test CPC versus CPM versus CPA. Try smart bidding on Google. Test app installs versus conversions objectives on Facebook. See which delivers higher quality users for your goal.
Experiment with how you pay and what you optimize for.
Right. Sixth, ad placements and frequency caps. Test Facebook feed versus stories versus audience network. See where your audience engages most. Test 3 versus 5 impressions per day. Find that sweet spot between exposure and annoyance. And finally, deep event tracking post-install. Not a direct A/B test idea, but essential context. Track tutorial completion, first IAP, reaching level X, daily active status. Understand the quality of users from different ads. Links, ad performance to LTV. Completes the feedback loop.
That's a fantastic range of ideas. It really shows A/B testing is continuous, not a one-off. So given all that, when should you kick off new A/B testing rounds? What are the main triggers?
Treat it like ongoing hygiene, really. Definitely start a new round when performance plateaus or declines, obvious trigger. Ad fatigue, market saturation. Also, after significant campaign scaling, more exposure accelerates fatigue. Plan new tests proactively as you scale up.
Get ahead of the curve.
Exactly. You can also do it to combat ad fatigue proactively. Don't wait for the drop. Schedule regular retests, introduce fresh creatives quarterly, monthly maybe, depending on spend audience, or to refine specific elements. Even winners can be improved. Test just the end card, just one visual, a specific gameplay bit in a playable, micro optimizations.
Fine-tuning.
Yep. When you explore new markets or demographics, new tests are crucial. Ensure cultural, linguistic resonance, and critically, when iterating on learnings, your last winner is the new control. Test new ideas against it, one variable at a time. That iterative cycle is continuous improvement.
Always be testing.
Pretty much. And finally, just the mobile gaming landscape evolution. Player tastes change, devices change, monetization trends change. Regular testing keeps you relevant, effective.
That's a powerful call for constant improvement. Now, this all sounds complex but rewarding. Are there tools out there to help developers and marketers manage this?
Absolutely. Several tools can streamline this. For creating playables without deep coding, Playable Maker has a drag-and-drop interface. Pretty user-friendly. Google Web Designer is a free tool, often suggested by Google, for building HTML5 creatives, including playables visually, and then platforms like PlayTurbo go further. Creative automation, real-time analytics for deep tracking, even sophisticated localization features AI adapting language, sizes. These tools can simplify the whole A/B testing and optimization workflow for playables, including designing interactive end cards to boost conversions. They make data-driven decisions easier, faster, more efficient.
Invaluable resources. Hashtag tag outro show. Wow, okay. We have covered a ton of ground today. Seriously deep dive. From the nitty-gritty technical specs for playables on Unity Facebook, the unique ways Google and Apple handle things, and then really digging into the absolute necessity of A/B testing. I feel like you, listening, now have a much deeper understanding, not just how to make engaging playable ads, but how to rigorously test and optimize them. Make sure they actually resonate, drive real results. We talked file sizes, specific JavaScript calls, user incentives, even how platform policies affect charity ads. So what does this all mean for your next big campaign?
The landscape of digital advertising, especially in gaming, is just so dynamic,
Right.
always changing. As you refine your strategies, as you embrace that continuous A/B testing we talked about, just remember, the most effective ads, they aren't just technically perfect or visually flashy. They're the ones that genuinely respect the user's time, their intelligence. They create an experience that feels less like an interruption, more like an authentic, engaging extension of the game itself. It really boils down to building trust through transparent, relevant, compelling interactions. Continuous learning, continuous experimentation, those are truly your greatest assets in this space. So thinking back on everything we covered, what stands out to you from today's deep dive? And maybe more importantly, what will you test first in your own campaigns?